your bi-weekly dose of empowerment, self-care, and all-around good vibes. I'm your host, Sean Watts, and I'm so grateful that you're tuning in today. This podcast is for you, the woman who's juggling life, love, dreams, and everything in between. We're here to remind you that taking care of yourself isn't just a luxury. It's a necessity. We're going to get to all the good stuff and teach you how to navigate through the gunk, too. This podcast is your new best friend in your journey to owning your power, tapping into yourself, and saying yes to all of your wildest dreams. Today is going to be a good one. Part of Her is a retreat for it all, with one simple mission: to create a safe, uplifting space for women to grow, learn, and be heard. It's a place where love, appreciation, and joy are at the core of everything we do. No more labor, just love. The world expects a lot from us, right? But here, we can leave the heavy stuff at the door and just show up as we are. No judgment, no pressure. Just a collective space where we can heal, connect, elevate, and most importantly, have fun. We're diving deep into all kinds of topics, from self-care rituals to serious life lessons, from celebrating wins to learning from challenges. And yes, we're shining the spotlight on incredible change makers and everyday warriors who are shaking things up and living boldly. There will be laughs, tears, there will be advice, stories, and inspiration to keep you going on this beautiful journey of embracing her. Her is every person that identifies as a woman. Not only are you going to get to know her, you'll get to know you, me, and millions worldwide. Get ready, hearts, because it's late night. What sparked this movement? Well, for me, my work was always rooted in a deep desire to serve, and love is my ministry. As an adult, I found so much joy in pouring into my community, advocating for others, creating space for people to come together and just be real. As a verb girl, I live for action. You know the words: praying, healing, loving, believing, embracing, accepting, all of it. Along the way, though, there have been days where I found myself grieving, losing, hurting, changing, and yes, even crying. Through it all, the tremendous responsibility and expectation to keep going never fades. It's like you can't power down. Somewhere along the way, you find yourself wondering, who's there for me? Why can't I fully be there for me? You ask yourself, when did I stop dreaming, resting, evolving, and living? There's constant pressure to keep going, to keep doing, and to keep showing up. On the hardest days, you question, when did I stop taking care of her? I've had friends say they've asked themselves that question more times than they can count. But that's why we need this space, ladies, because sometimes we just need to hit pause and remember that it's okay to rest. It's okay to ask for help, and it's more than okay to take up space and just be. Here's where we do just that. In my professional life, I deal with a lot of trauma, but I also hear stories from phenomenal women that face the same obstacles, feeling lost, stuck, or just going through the motions. So here we are. Here's the place where we can be all about ourselves, a place where we can relish in sisterhood and praise, getting to the support and encouragement to persevere. As women, we often carry the world. We face challenges, we work hard, and we give so much of ourselves to our families, careers, and communities. But too often we don't experience the softness that we deserve. That's why Heart of Her was born. It's here to be that hug when you need it the most, that high five when you crush that goal, that reminder that I see you, I love you, and most importantly, I've got you. Have a seat and kick up your feet as we support each other. We're also going to highlight joy and remember how to laugh and celebrate ourselves along the way. It's not all work and no play. In fact, I'd say mostly it's about the joy. Because what's the point of surviving if we can't thrive and have fun doing it? Ooh, as women, we are constantly trying to do it all. We've got that S on our chest, right? Single-handedly solving everything, caring for everyone, and trying to be everywhere. But what if we gave ourselves a little more grace? What if we made space just for us? I'm talking submerging into her, into your authentic self, your dreams, your desires, and your needs. We need to make room and take up all the space that's necessary to truly be there for her. Now, let me take you back a little bit and share with you about my journey and why this space means so much to me. I was born and raised in Dallas, Texas, and grew up in a huge, loving family. I'm the oldest daughter of two, product of high school sweethearts who worked hard to give us a good life. We are and we will always be conscientious. It was instilled in us to work for what you want and what you want others to have. I was the first in my family to go to college around the same time that the artist Juvenile was taking over for the 99 in the 2000s. So I might know how to back that thing up. Moving 5 states away to Georgia was exhilarating. However, there were days that I worked so hard and gave so much to the books and everyone else, I forgot about her. As a young woman, I didn't spend too much time thinking about self-worth, self-love, let alone self-care. There were no plans and goals set other than to graduate and get a great job. I was just bouncing through life thinking I had all the time in the world. Sure, I had friends and some meaningful relationships, but I hadn't quite figured it all out yet. The journey wasn't easy at all, but I eventually learned the importance of balance. My hope is that sharing my story helps ease the road for other women. During my last semester of undergrad, I began missing home. So after graduation, I left Georgia and came back to the Lone Star State. Even though my background was in psychology, gender studies, and communication, my first real job was in tech with IBM and Cisco. After the birth of my first daughter, I transitioned to the private side of higher education. This position allowed me to travel around the world assisting with the planning and production of dynamic conferences and expos that were centered around doctors acquiring continuing education efforts. They were also a place for future doctors to network and learn how to start their own practice. It was there, though, that I fell in love with the opportunity to speak, and at the center of the big stage, the importance of motivating others. After about 3 years, my family began to grow, and daughter number 2 made her debut. After a quick stint in New York, Texas was calling my name again, and I transitioned to the public sector and sprinkled in some entrepreneurship. I spent 14 years in that realm before starting my own big business related to advocating and educating special populations, which meant acquiring commercial space. Before that, in 2016, I was promoted to a mom of 3, welcoming an amazing son and superhero, followed by a change of status, divorcee. So here I am today, after a whirlwind of big business the last 2 years, along with life changes, and I've discovered that I need to monitor her more closely. I believe I've done a good job of creating balance, but it's an ongoing journey, and it's something I'm still learning to deal with every single day. Reflection. When I think of her 10 years ago, I see the woman that was married and getting ready to bring new life into the world. There was so much to do, and I just did it. I did it without really giving myself enough time, space, or grace. 3 children, a husband, a career, and outside world stuff was tough. By the next year, the baby was here with siblings that were 7 and 11 years old, and postpartum was trying to set in. So with the support of my family and friends, I went on a solo trip to reset, and it worked. I'm so glad that I did so because I experienced some big losses. Some of those obstacles were personal choices, and they were necessary. Having a solid mental foundation was key to moving on. Moving on meant relocating to a different county and to start the new chapter of me plus 3. People often ask, how are you feeling? But I want to ask, how are you healing? Are you taking time for you? Because life's a roller coaster, and if you don't have a strategy to survive the ride, you might get stuck in the loop. But don't worry, I've got some great tips to keep you on track. Let's spend some time talking about taking care of her. We're talking rest, reflection, solo time, self-love rituals, and everything in between. I've learned that if I'm not in my word or in my world, things can sometimes get foggy. The weight of it all feels very heavy. But when I make space for myself, when I carve out moments to rest, reflect, and to just be, I find clarity. And I want that for you too. The simplest things can make a huge impact. I take care of her by making floral arrangements, taking a walk, and even tiptoeing around the world, dancing and singing off tune, because who's recording, right? These little acts are therapeutic in ways that I can't even explain, and they work. Other times I find delight in making my favorite meal, polishing my nails, or reading a great book. It's not about doing something extravagant. It's about creating those pockets of peace for yourself in a world that's constantly demanding more. And don't even get me started on journaling. If you haven't tried it, it's like having a heart to heart with yourself. We need that sometimes. Journals are real easy to find, and you can have one for different reasons and in different spaces. One of my favorites is my joy journal. It's full of all the things that make me feel good, and it's the love child of happiness and tranquility. Make sure y'all get a journal. You can pick them up just about anywhere. Recovery. The truth is, to heal, you need a village. You need your support system, your sounding board, the people who remind you that you're not alone in this. That's been instrumental in surviving the darker days. Faith, strong community, and meaningful conversations. So if you're feeling drained, confused, or downright overwhelmed, you're not alone. Many people have been there. Take a deep breath and know that we're here for you. If you're worried about not being where you think you should be or accomplishing what you think you should have at this point, be patient and wait your turn. Because the way your steps are ordered may put you ahead of the game later in life and allow you to laugh those that you're comparing yourself to now. I've seen it happen for so many. You will get there, and it'll be bigger than you could have ever imagined. This community, this sisterhood, is built on love, trust, and support. You can take your cape off here, and you can take that mask off too. And just for a moment, let yourself be real. Let someone else lift you up. It's okay not to be okay. That's one of the reasons why we're here. Something else I found to be so important is that healing is a process, and it requires nurturing. Be open, be transparent, take off the armor, and know that it can happen overnight. Like when you go to the gym, you stretch before, work hard during, and then rest and refuel after. You do this over and over, and eventually you see the gains. Every part of life is the same way. We can't pour from an empty cup. We have to replenish what the world takes out of us. Another good practice to keep our spirits up is to affirm yourself as often, if not more, than you do others. My personal favorite is an affirmation jar. A few weeks ago, I got this one from an event, and it's filled with religious scriptures coupled with positive thoughts. So I decided to make another one with easy stickers that can be placed just about anywhere. Many people don't understand that we're healing daily. Life has bumps and bruises and scrapes. Some of them make you feel proud and accomplished, like falling when you first learned how to ride a bike. Others cause aches for long periods of time. So think of self-care and positive self-talk as recovery mode. Keep affirming yourself. I swear by them, whether I write them on my mirror, post them in the car, or pop them in the affirmation jar. They remind me that I'm worthy, capable, and loved. What's your favorite affirmation? If you don't have one, let's start today. I'm going to share a few. You can write them down and pick one that you can say to yourself each morning, loud and proud. Be brave, be honest, be kind. Stand by me. It doesn't matter how slow you go, so long as you don't stop. Still here and still strong. This is a good one. I'll do one more. Know your worth. Sometimes we know our worth, but we don't make sure that other people know our worth, and we can get taken advantage of. So make sure, ladies, that you are requiring people to show up and be mindful of your worth. So pick one. And like I said, starting tomorrow, say it to yourself here and there. Most of us have a soundtrack to our life or a song that perfectly explains our chapters. Another way to heal and nourish your mind is to create a playlist. Who else has a playlist for every part of their life? You can have one for cleaning, for the gym, for getting pumped, for going out, for worshiping, and you can also create one for your healing journey. Right now, the songs that are getting me through are Ledisi's All Right, Michelle Williams' Heard a Word, Beyonce's Bigger, and Andrew Day's Rise Up. These songs are my soul's therapy. Healing doesn't mean you're hurt. Most times, you're actually just mending and strengthening your mind, body, and soul. Make sure you find an anthem. Starting something new can also be great. Take this podcast, for instance. This project has given new meaning to my purpose. For a long time, I felt something higher tugging and nudging at me, and I didn't know exactly what to do or what it was, to be honest. But then one day it became crystal clear. I almost allowed fear and doubt to seep in. I thought I had to have all the ducks in a row for some sort of Netflix-worthy production. And then I just let go. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Create it. Sometimes it feels like the stars need to align, but you can't make a move. But the spoiler alert is, they probably won't. You got to take that first step. Even if it feels small, even if you're unsure, that's how you build momentum. You're never going to feel ready, and that's okay. The key is showing up even if you're scared, even if you're unsure. You'll learn as you go, like me, and that's where the growth happens. You're allowed to be a beginner and you're allowed to make mistakes. That's part of the journey. If we waited for everything to be perfect, we'd still be sitting on the sidelines watching life happen. But here's the thing. Creativity thrives on purpose. Answer the call for what you were meant to do. Create the magic. Don't wait for permission because the only permission you need is from you. You're capable, you're creative, you're ready, and it's time to step in your power. Embrace the mess, all the messy thoughts, and just make it happen. There's some women right now tuning in that are feeling empty, antsy, and downright overwhelmed. I want you to know that when you come here, you don't have anything to worry about. There are countless women from around the world that are cheering for you. Imagine a long line of the most genuine smiles shining the light so you can make it out of the darkness. Imagine the warmest hug and embrace you've ever had, magnified tenfold. That's what this community is about. Let's take a moment to close our eyes, wrap our arms around ourselves, and say, I love you. Don't rush it. Hold it for a few seconds. With all the love that we have for you, you have to have the same love, if not bigger. And sometimes that love can be hidden in something new. As a true wanderlust, I enjoy adventures around the world. I'm not just seeking thrills, though. I dive into the culture, the landscapes, and the beauty of new things. The trips are often love letters to myself, and on those journeys, I reflect, set new goals, rest, and brainstorm new ways to be better. New ways to get to know me, new ways to still be mom, entrepreneur, and career woman. A fresh outlook of what I want the next chapter to be. More often than not, I'm traveling solo, but then there's times you can catch me with a beautiful group of women who are temporarily living our best lives, spoiling ourselves without having to be everywhere else. There's absolutely no shame in it either. We all deserve it. I've gotten very good at skipping continents without breaking the bank. So about 5 years ago, I started a travel group to teach other women how to do the same. Take a look at one of my favorite places today, Morocco. fun. Sister Sip. A few years ago, I started organizing meetups for women in my area, and it was life. We talked about mental health, vision boards, picnics, spa days, perfume exchanges, joy journals, and more. I'm all about promoting sisterhood and being a girl's girl. So I'm here to tell you, go find your tribe. Go to a class, visit a museum, attend a live show. Whether you're an introvert or extrovert, we all need to feed our creativity and build those connections. I'm also looking forward to sipping and swapping sisterhood gems with you all every episode. I encourage you to get out and connect. You need a squad that's going to hype you up, not tear you down. Find your people, the women who get it, who cheer for you, and who inspire you to do bigger and bolder things. Community is everything. When you surround yourself with positive, ambitious women, it's like plugging into a powerhouse of energy. You feed off each other's vibes and just lift each other up. So whether it's a group chat with your besties or a mastermind of like-minded hustlers, find your tribe and don't let go. Don't have one yet? Start building it. Put yourself out there. Show up, be genuine, and watch those connections start forming. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. Sometimes we psych ourselves out, or the devil thought that he has. In the weeks leading up to this episode, I was excited, but I was nervous. And a good friend of mine told me that nervousness was humility. Opening up to you all on this podcast is a huge deal for me. I wasn't the girl that got excessive talking on her report card. I wasn't always in the mix. I'm usually semi-quiet, the analytical type. Most of the time, I just sit back and observe. But as I've grown, I've started owning my voice. Over the years, I carefully began to come out of my shell and became comfortable in any and every room. As a former pageant girl, I began to captivate audiences and learn to walk with grace. My light, as they tell me, just beams. And I'm ready to shine a light on all of you that beam in your unique way. Even on those dull days, I'm down to hold the flashlight when we need to change your bulb. But every day is not like that. In fact, before I press record today, I got some really tough news that almost made me pause the entire project. I mean, every thought in my head was telling me, no, don't do it, don't do it. You don't have time. There's too much going on. It's more than you anticipated. And I really wanted to give up. But I sat and I thought about it, and I'm like, the passion that I have and what I want us to be able to create here is so deep. It runs so deep. And all of the other women who are matching my energy, the women who have committed to coming on episode after episode and bringing you their expertise, their best, showing up, leading with their hearts first, I had to just keep going. It took a minute. I had to kind of talk myself back into it. And I also had the help of my sister and a friend. I'm telling y'all, get a tribe. It is life-saving, okay? I talked to both of them, and they told me no matter what, you always get back up. And that is the beauty in life. You can fall, you can crash out, as the younger generation says, but you can always get back up. You can always come back and triumph. You can overcome any tragedy that comes your way, any hardship. You can do it. Please don't give in and don't let other people think that they won. Like they say, get in your bag, okay? When you're in your bag, you're not necessarily in your bag financially. I need you guys to get in your bag for you. Get in your bag for your overall well-being, for your health, for your mental state, for your physical health, everything about it. Get in your bag. I know I kind of went off a little bit, but I needed you guys to understand that a lot of times we don't look like what we've been through. And people say that stuff all the time. They say it, it's cliche, but it is real, okay? When you are feeling it, when you're feeling that deep, deep heaviness, but you just get up and you keep going every single day, it hits different. I don't look like what I've been through. And I hope you don't look like what you've been through. But together, we're not going to let it take you down. We've got so many amazing women coming our way in the next few weeks. Financial bosses, physicians, fitness coaches, entrepreneurs, artists, and more. And trust me, you don't want to miss a single episode. Many of these women believe in the vision that I have here and signed on from thousands of miles away. That just goes to show you that what we're doing is needed. Our innate sense to nurture and empathize won't allow us to just sit back and do nothing. We'll be covering so many dynamic topics for all ages. Baby boomers, Gen X, millennials, and Gen Z are all in for a real treat. Season one is filled with beauty experts, life coaches, survivors, risk takers, expats, relationship experts, business gurus, stylists, and the list goes on. And they're tapping in from all over the globe. We want to hear from our audience, so be sure to write in and let us know what topics you want covered and the burning questions you want answered. We'd love to highlight your accomplishments or send you well wishes on what's next. So make sure you send us the deets so we can get all the feels. In your heart lies your care and concern for your partners, careers, community, children, spiritual leaders, pets, and probably even gardens. Just like seeds need water and light to grow, you need it too. Come back here every episode and be watered. You'll be met with open arms and in great hands. No matter what you've been through, everyone here is a star in Heart of Her, and we're handing out the royal treatment. If you know someone or you'd like to be featured as a guest, you think they are a perfect fit, send us a shout. We hope you felt the love from this movement dedicated to help and heal as many people as we can. It'll be amazing to see how we grow organically and authentically together. Now, I promised y'all some fun. So here's the deal. Before we sign off, put on your favorite feel-good song and let's dance it out. Let loose, groove, and let the good vibes take over. We're all in this together, ladies. One band, one sound. We've got each other, and we're dancing into better, wiser, healthier days. So get to it. Put on your song, move those hips, and just be. I think I'm feeling like a little Montel Jordan. This is how we do it. Because I just played our very first epi. So let's dance it out. I'll give y'all a little bit of time to get it together while I press play on my playlist. I'm so thrilled that you all spent time with me today. This isn't just another podcast. Heart of Her is where we live and love, whether we're thriving or just trying to make it through the day. The nurturing space where you get to be you. Our place to heal, laugh, learn, and connect. Get ready to glow and grow together. We've got so much more to talk about, and I can't wait to dive into it all. I hope that you're taking something helpful with you today. If you love this episode, hit subscribe, share it with your girls, and let's keep this empowering movement going. Remember, take up space, pour into yourself, and keep shining because you are her. Keep being her, keep healing, keep growing. And I'll see you next time. Love and light until then, my friends. But stay tuned for some hilarious outtakes. Her goes nothing. Welcome to another episode of Heart of Her podcast. I'm your host, Sean Watts, and today we've got the awesome 9-year-old who just had a birthday, Mr. Jackson. Jackson, how are you doing this evening?
Good. Yes, ma'am. Hello. I'm back.
Specifically say it without screaming. Okay, with no shirt on. No, we can't do this with no shirt on.
Okay.
Okay, no faces. Could you please tell us about your first State of Texas third grade STAR test experience?
It was okay. It wasn't bad. The word of the month in our school is perseverance. That means never giving up, and I followed that and never gave up. Even when there was hard questions, I still pushed through it.
That's great. So you guys have one more test left to take. It's going to be your math exam. I believe you're taking it on Tuesday. How are you feeling about that?
Good. I know I'm going to pass that math STAR.
Very confident. Jackson, if you could give our viewers any type of advice about when they're faced with something hard, what would you tell them?
I would tell them to never give up and keep following your dream and never try to hold yourself down and keep going. Never give up in life.
I can't really see your face, Jackson. Thanks for holding the camera steady, and thank you for practicing with your host and your mom, the host of Heart of Her. Jeez. Okay, people, you get it. Tell the people where they can find you. Are you on any platforms?
You can find me on YouTube. That's the only thing.
Okay. All right. Well, good night, Jackson. We appreciate everything that you've done and the time that you've taken to join us today on the Heart of Her podcast, and we hope to see you soon. Signing off. Thank you.